Hey guys, how's it going? Cash here, President and CEO of Cash International Luxury Real Estate. Guys, you all know me from our real estate endeavors here in the Dominican Republic. Guys, we've been one of the foremost leaders for the North American market here in the Dominican Republic, specifically in the cities that I like to call the trifecta. And that trifecta is Las Terrenas, the East Coast being Punta Cana, Cap Cana, certain neighborhoods in there, Vista Cana, all these different areas on the East Coast, and then we also do some work in the capital as well in certain neighborhoods called Piantini and Naco. Okay, so what we like to say is we deliver a trifecta. In the process, over the several years that we've been doing this now, there's been one thing that has been top of mind for myself and my family, and guys, that's what we're going to be talking about here today, is the launch of our newest arm of our company. Why do I say arm, guys? Because it ties into the entire love where you live mindset, the entire thing of trying to find a spot that you can live healthy, live well for the right price, and be able to say you love where you live. So we extended that, and Jeremy and myself started discussing this over a couple of years ago now, and we said, what is the most important thing in the world to everybody? That answer is easy, it's water. So guys, guess what we've launched here today? And this isn't an overnight thing. This has been 2 years of research, and Jeremy is going to explain a little bit more on that, how we brought down our suppliers, we customized equipment, and we decided that we were going to launch this service for you guys so that we can finally have clean drinking water here in the Dominican Republic. All right, so in today's video, what we're doing, you guys know me. I'm going to be introducing you to Jeremy, my partner in this mission to bring clean water to the Dominican Republic. And you're going to get to learn all about this company, what we're doing, and how you can finally get fresh, clean drinking water right from your taps. All right, guys, without further ado, let me introduce Jeremy, my business partner here in Water Filtration Systems. Welcome aboard, Jeremy.
Hello, hi everybody, I'm Jeremy. As Cash said, we are starting a new business. I'm excited about it. It's something I've been thinking about doing ever since I got down here.
Yep.
To give you a little bit of a background, I was a firefighter for 28 years. 20 of those years I was a fire chief. I'm a hands-on guy. I was a contractor before that, pretty much out of high school for the first few years of my life. But I'm a hands-on guy. I do everything that needs to be done as far as around the home stuff.
Yeah.
I do it. I do the plumbing, the electrical. It's just something I've picked up on over the years between what I used to do and what I was doing at the fire department.
Exactly.
And so in 2008, we built our first home together, my wife and I.
And where are you from? You're
I'm from Michigan.
From Michigan.
From Michigan. So in 2008, we built our what was supposed to be our forever home. I built it along with several friends that were contractors of mine. We were on a well. It was the first time that I had ever been on a well
Going back
system.
how many years?
This was in 2008.
2008, got it.
So quite a ways back. Anywhere I had lived before had always had municipal water coming to it. I was not familiar with the well water process at all. Being the type of person I am, I want to learn everything there is in detail about it so I know what I'm doing. So that was really my first time of dabbling into water filtration, the quality of water.
It's a long time ago.
Because when you have a well, you can't just turn your tap on and start drinking the water. There's county guidelines that have to go through. It's got to be tested. Once it's done initially, it's got to be tested annually. So I just kind of learned all this on my own. What the chemistry behind it,
Got it.
What's in it, what do you have to do, what's the filtration process, and that was really my first deal with water quality. And because we were on a well, we weren't able to drink the water. We could have drank the water, but it had those tastes in it, and had a little bit of sediment in it. So I ended up researching reverse osmosis systems and installing reverse osmosis in our home back in 2008. From being on the fire department out in the rural areas that we are, both of our fire stations were also on wells. So I went through the process of putting in RO systems there and learning, again, the quality and the testing and what are the contaminants. We then got even more experience with drilling wells around our area that we served for the fire department, because again, some of our areas that we covered with the fire department did not have municipal hydrants. We had wells that we used for water. So again, kind of dabbling in that well drilling, water quality, what we're getting out of the ground type of thing. And then in 2015, my wife and I traveled here to the Dominican for the first time. We ended up purchasing a condo in Cabarete right around the time COVID hit. And one of the things that I was very concerned with was having to drink the blue jugs here. I saw how they were handled. I do realize that there's a process of plants that create those blue jugs and filter the water. However, I also have seen, how they're handled. They're stored out in the sun. I don't know what the process is for disinfection, so I got curious. And one of the times we came down to our Cabarete home, I brought a full water kit down, biological water kit. I tested it, and lo and behold, it tested positive for E. coli bacteria.
That must have been, that's an eye opener. Right?
That was a huge eye opener.
Yep.
I immediately started just buying the bottled water in the bottles.
More plastic
right?
bottles,
In
yeah.
the more plastic bottles. I wasn't going to use the blue jugs anymore. The next time we came down to Cabarete, I actually brought an RO system down with me. That's the very first thing I did the next time we came down is I put a reverse osmosis system in our kitchen sink so that we could have good quality water. We got rid of the water cooler. We didn't buy the blue jugs anymore. Fast forward to where we're at today. My wife and I actually decided to retire and move down here.
Which, congratulations on that, yeah.
Thank you. And so we made that move a little over a year ago. We decided that we liked Las Terrenas better than Cabarete, where we were at. So we purchased a condo in Las Terrenas, and that was the very first thing I did before we even moved into that condo.
Totally.
Was I put a reverse osmosis system in there. And I swear by them. We use it every day. We drink a lot of water. We wash our produce in it. We make our coffee with it. I have not had a blue jug here in any of our homes in over 5 years.
And that's key. And that was kind of the thing. You guys know my story. I want you to know Jeremy's as well. I have a daughter. Carissa, you guys have met her on the channel as well. Guys, the most important thing that I stress my entire life and to my daughter is drink a lot of water. Okay, first thing in the morning, last thing at night. We're just constantly drinking water. The one thing that got me really nervous here is you're seeing, and if you've been here, the stomach ailments here, and those are just constant.
And by the way, when we were in Cabarete prior to our RO system, we were getting, both of us, my wife and I, would get a stomach issue here and there. I don't have the evidence to back it up.
Of course.
But I will tell you that since we've installed RO systems in both the places that we've lived the last 5 years, neither one of us have had any stomach issues.
And I think that's critical because the stomach issues, it really is significant what happens. Like some of these amoebas that you can get, give them a little bit of rundown because you've done so much research. What are the type of things that you can get from bad drinking water?
So what causes most of the problems, the stomach issues, is E. coli. And E. coli can only come from animal feces. That's where it comes from. And the reason it's so prevalent
I was
here,
going to say, why so prevalent in Dominican
it's so
Republic?
prevalent in the Dominican Republic because the water source that the water plants provide here in all regions of the Dominican Republic is typically coming from river water. They pump out river water.
Got it.
And they send it through a basic filtering system, which is basically a glorified pool sand filter. And I'm not just making this up.
Exactly. We're going to go into that
Yeah.
too. This guy's done some extensive testing over the last year and a half.
Actually went with our distributor engineer that was sent down. We went to the INAPA water plant, which INAPA is the acronym for the Municipal Government Water organization.
Is that across Dominican Republic?
I believe it's across.
Okay.
I
I know
believe
for
it's
sure
across
in Dominican Republic they call it an app.
But we actually went to the plant and met with the engineers there and walked the plant and asked all these questions.
It was amazing.
How is your, where do you get your water? How is it treated? And what's the process?
Go ahead, tell them the process.
And really, there is no process. It's pumped from the river, wherever the plant is, closest to the river there, they typically will build. They bring it through, they put it through a sand filter. Full sand filter,
Okay,
but
got
on
it.
a bigger scale.
Okay, understood.
Which is, you're running the water through sand. It basically takes out big, large sediments
Okay.
that you would get in the water.
Anything living, bacteria, it's going right through.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yes.
I'd imagine the sand is full of bacteria at that point too, right?
The sand is basically just filtering out material. It has nothing to do with any kind of a biological level.
Understood.
And then they put it in the holding tanks, the big, silos that you see, or water towers, and then they send it to you. That's the only treatment
And that's what's
process
coming
they
out of your
do.
tap.
That's what's coming out of your tap.
That's scary, and that was kind of the thing that I
It
started
was
to catch wind
very interesting to find out when we were actually
No
there.
chlorine, no
No
chlorinization,
chlorine,
nothing.
nothing.
Okay.
No. Typically in the North America, water treatment plants, basically their supply is kind of similar. They'll get it from groundwater, from rivers, but the treatment process is way more in depth. They'll put it through several stages of filtration, they'll add chlorine to it or bromide to kill off the bacteria, and then they send it to your house. That doesn't happen here. So finding all that out was a life changer.
And then the solution to that has existed is the infamous blue jugs.
Right. And so obviously the solution so that you can drink the water is you have lots of companies around here that bottle the water. They, I'm sure, put it through a process.
The key word is I'm sure.
Similar.
I'm sure that they do, and I'm sure they do.
I'm
However,
sure they do.
there's some intricacies
But
in
we
it.
don't know, it's hard to say because there's so many of these around. The blue jugs are not coming just from one source.
Exactly.
There's hundreds and hundreds of people or companies that make these blue jugs. What's the process? Do they disinfect them when the bottles get returned?
This started going on in your head, right?
And you and I both see it. I'm sure you guys too, who are here and travel around
Share
here.
a few photos with
You
right
see
now, yeah.
these blue jug places with them stacked up out in the sun, all dirty.
They're baking. They're literally baking in the
On the
sun,
backs
yeah.
of the trucks getting delivered. What is the process? Have those been disinfected? What's your filter? What kind of filtration system are they going to?
Is the equipment maintained?
Is the equipment maintained? How
Yeah,
long
so
are they
much.
sitting out before they're delivered to you? And what's
Well,
happened
just
to
the
them
fact
in
that
that
sitting in
time?
plastic.
And the
in
fact
the
that
sun,
they're sitting in plastic
in the Dominican
sun.
sun and baking. So you'll see trucks full of dirty jugs that need to be sanitized and cleaned.
Right.
Those are baking in the sun, and God knows what's on top. We were out the other day, and we're not going to say any names, but there was blue jugs in the back of a restaurant, and they were empty, ready for pickup. But there was dogs taking a piss on it. Yeah. So you have that one component, okay, of the dirty jugs that are baking in the sun with all these contaminants. Then the other component, after it's supposedly cleaned and sanitized, it's then baking in the sun again to get to its destination.
Right.
And being stored in the sun.
And so seeing that over a time period made perfect sense why I was getting positive bacteria readings from blue jug water.
So he did a sample of 20 blue jugs and tell him what came out of it.
Over the last 5 years, I've done approximately 20 different blue jugs, different areas, and approximately on average 1 out of every 4 have tested positive for E. coli bacteria.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, and that's exactly what I said to myself. Finding all this out is this is wild. Why are people drinking this water this way?
For me,
And
it's not even like up until we just did an install here that launching the company. We want it firsthand. I want to use the equipment. Like I say, the real estate. When I tell you to buy real estate in certain cities, I don't tell you to do that unless I own the real estate there. So
Right.
same thing. I'm not going to have you guys buy a system that I'm not personally using. Okay, so watch the videos and see the systems. So we did an install here as well in Capcana of the system. But the thing is, until I installed the system, I was drinking from the damn blue jugs, knowing that the kind of obvious harm that could
Right.
come from it, right? Just the plastic alone. Let's assume they're sanitized,
Right. Now,
and everything's perfect.
But in all fairness, we did do a biological test on the actual jug that he happened to have in his water cooler
And
here.
it was clear of
and
bacteria.
it did not test positive.
In all fairness, yes.
So
exactly.
So not all of them are bad, but
This is the water I'm drinking,
one out of
though,
4
yeah.
is not good odds.
I don't like those odds.
I don't-
It's like saying
I don't
you're going to get on a plane and 1 in 4 planes crashes.
Exactly.
Are you going to get on? Are you going to fly ever again? Hell no.
And
but
so-
for some reason we do with water.
And so I'm thinking common sense to myself. I'm like, these places that are making the blue jug water, they're doing the same thing that we're doing now
Exactly.
in our own home. But now we know what the process is. And
Exactly.
we know that it's working, and we know that it's good
control
water
it.
to
You
drink.
control
We
it.
are in control of it.
You're in control.
So instead of going and supplying blue jugs and having to deal with lugging those things or getting them delivered or running out, making sure you got enough.
Honestly, if you love blue jugs because it's become habit, then fill your own blue jugs.
Exactly.
Clean it. Fill your blue jug with your own
Yeah.
water. And
Save your
put it
blue
upside
jugs
down.
that you get and just fill them
Do
with
it
water and do it
yourself,
yourself.
yeah. if that's the thing. But this is kind of like where it all started to evolve. Okay,
Exactly.
We start saying, hey, these blue jugs, that's not the solution. So that's when we kind of fast forward. Me and you start talking. We say, hey, we need to do something.
I did. I said, and I'm just one of those people that when I set my sights on something, I'm going for it. And,
You guys, you know me.
and
I'm
do
pretty
it.
much the same. Yeah.
And so when me and Cash first talked and met, we kind of hit it off. We had a lot of those same qualities, and he said absolutely. Yeah, I think he took maybe 2 minutes to decide
Nah,
whether
it was seconds because it was already like there. And I was
and
like,
he was like, absolutely. He's
We're
like, what a
in.
great idea. Let's make it happen. And so we've been working on this for a couple of years now, and
it's been a long 2 years of research
Yep.
and back and forth. Jeremy doing some testing, analyzing. So a key element of why we are different and why we believe in what we're offering is it's not just get a system and sell it. These systems, and I would like you to talk a little bit in detail about our supplier that is custom making this equipment, custom selecting this equipment for the Dominican Republic water. Our suppliers hopped on a plane and brought their teams down here and went around and we tested water. Went to the water
and
filtration
these were
plants.
actually engineers.
These are engineers that specialize in this. So this wasn't just, hey, let's buy this and sell this. No, this was hand-picked, hand-selected, customized for the Dominican Republic. And talk a little bit about Caniture, a little bit about the process, the engineers coming down, testing the water, and leading up to today.
Right. So Caniture Water is a major distributor of water filtration products. They're based out of North America.
50 plus years.
50 plus years. They make very good, high quality water systems. And you guys, well, what's a good, high quality water system? I can go to Amazon and I can buy a RO system, for instance. It's those bulky plastic things. You've seen them. They got 3 cylinders coming down. They go through and they come with a standard filter. These guys make a more robust system. It has your options of different filters that you can put in there for the treatment processes. They have compact systems. They have regular systems. So
For all price points too, right?
right, and
Depending
they're all
on
different
budgets.
price
Yeah.
points, and it's all better quality equipment. Just the way it's built, the way it filters, the options you have to change with it. And so that's what we liked about it. I can go, like I said, and buy up to the store here and buy something. I don't know where it came from.
That's one of the things, and that was a key thing. So we're saying, as we're doing an analysis of this business, we're saying, if you're going to go buy the cheapest possible option from Amazon or any one of these sites, and you're going to install that in your house and now have a false sense of security. That's the dangerous part. A false sense of security in the system you've installed.
Right.
And now you're going to drink that water, and this system is subpar, cheapest option, and now you and your family are drinking this water from this subpar system that you bought on Amazon, and some random guy came and installed it.
And by no means are we saying that those systems don't work.
That's you saying it. I didn't have
mean-
the faith to buy it on Amazon and install it, and then drink from it. That's the key.
But it's the longevity of it.
That's a whole
It's
other
the-
component.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that's where we're going with this. And that's why we took the time with Caniture,
Yeah,
reviewed
yeah.
their products. We brought them out here. We went around the region doing testing, looking at the different types of water. That's when we visited the water treatment plant to find out the exact necessity
Totally.
of the filtration equipment we need. And we ordered it, we specified it, they provided us, their analysis of what they
Absolutely.
thought was best, and that's what we've ordered and imported in.
We probably went back and forth for almost like
It was
9 months of
almost,
back
yeah.
and forth, of trying to figure out which equipment is best for specific purposes
Yep.
and specific cities, because even neighborhoods, like Jeremy said, he lives in Los Tranes, that's where our headquarters is at. If you're in Playa Bonita, different. If you're in Bonita Village, different. If you're in Portillo, different. If you're in El Limon, different. It's all different. And what we do before anything is installed is a full test of the water is done in the area and then also
Right.
in your development, because each development is different then. So you can't, that's my point with the one size fits all. That doesn't exist. And anybody
It
selling
doesn't.
here's a water filtration system, good luck.
And
now you install it in, like you did your test in Bonita Village. Imagine a one size fits all over there. They're screwed.
Well-
it's not going to last, and maybe it's not going to clean the water.
And you're a witness to this yourself.
Absolutely. And I have, as you guys know, a penthouse in Playa Bonita. And this is pre our discussion. I did that, I bought it on Amazon. Okay, I went through this process, and that's why I can speak so vocally about it. Bought it on Amazon, found, Joe Schmo, the local plumber, to come and install it. He came and put it all in. That thing probably stopped working within 6 months. Okay, I didn't know for another year that it was not working.
Right.
So that's the dangerous part, is you don't know that you're drinking. And I remember going through a stretch of, and Chris, I could say, I felt like I was sick every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks, I was like out of it in some way, shape, or form. I push through it and fight through it and do the videos and the real estate stuff, but I felt like shit. And it was never ending. So he came, I don't know, like 3 months ago or so, had a look at the system, and he pulled it up. I'm going to see if I can share some photos. Resend me those again, the video. Guys, this is such an important point to make. I'm going to freeze the video here, and I'm going to show you the actual true footage of what Jeremy says.
All right, Cash. So I'm at your place. Got the water shut down for now. I wanted to check to see what was in these old filter cartridges and the reason behind all the clogs and stuff throughout the rest of the fixtures and plumbing in the condo. So I just removed this first one, which is your primary sediment filter. It's mud. It's just mud. It's just nasty, thick mud.
So as you guys can see, this is what an Amazon purchase got me, and I probably spent more than you would spend with our world-class systems. Okay, so yeah, true footage, want to share it. All right, let's get back to the video. Videos, guys, it was a pile of dirt, red
mud.
clay.
Yeah, muddy clay. It had just gotten in there and clogged the system
But what
up.
makes me sick to my stomach is I was drinking that, and my family was drinking that under the notion that we have a system, we're safe.
Right.
That's my point.
Right.
And that's what can't happen. And that's what we wanted to combat.
Yep.
Right. So back to the research. This is where you started to dive in, and you said, okay, this system for this purpose.
Right. And so with our distributor's help, we selected certain products for this region, for what we have to deal with here. And so we have a variety of products from, again, drinking water, RO systems,
Yep.
to whole home systems, water softening systems. People that have wells, some of the wells are pretty bad and have a ton of dirt and sediment in there.
That'll
That's
destroy
flowing
their
out.
systems,
We
yeah.
have pre-filter systems to handle that. We just have an array of different products that we now have in our hands here that we've imported.
Time frame to install, you call us and say, hey, guys, we're not drinking shit water anymore. We need your help. I connect you with Jeremy. He does a consultation over WhatsApp, and we start to determine exactly where you're at, what development you're living in, and how long would it take from the WhatsApp conversation to having a system.
Probably a week. Within a week, we can have you scheduled to
Exactly.
install.
Of course, depending on our schedules, but
Right.
open schedule, within a week we got you covered.
Yeah. And part of the other process that we've been building here is trying to find good quality plumbers.
Yes, and we found
And we've gotten
very
lucky.
talented.
We've gone through some. Believe me, we
Interviewed tons of
actually
people,
did
yeah.
interview processes with
Yeah.
this because I'm a very detailed-oriented person. I
brutally
want perfection,
detailed, guys. Brutally detailed.
with
yes.
everything.
He really is like
when I do something, I do it.
that's your
to the nines.
chief firefighter
And
part of you
I
coming
think
out,
that's
right?
my mentality from doing what I did.
Well,
on
you were
this
saving
year, so-
lives.
So-
You had zero room for error.
Well-
if you screwed up and you went into a burning home and you didn't follow process procedure, people died.
Right.
It's not for fun. You're doing
There's that, but I've also just learned through life that if you do things to the best and you take care of it,
Yeah.
that they work correctly and they last longer. And that's what I've done with everything. Any kind of construction stuff I do.
Your own personal home, everything. Yeah. No, absolutely. Jeremy's bang on with it, and that's why Jeremy is. That's why we're partners on this mission to bring clean water to the Dominican Republic. So, guys, we have a price point for everyone. Starting prices, guys. If you don't have a big budget, then we're able to. That was important to us too when we were talking to Cancer. We said, hey, what is the best possible price that we can get a high quality, durable system in for people in the Dominican Republic? So our starting prices are
Base model RO system.
Yeah, like $375. Yeah. So we can get that in for you, and that is the retail price. That does not include the install and taxes, of course, but that is the price that we can get you guys dialed in and start drinking clean water for you and your family with a reliable system that's not going to do what mine did, and you won't make the mistakes that I did, making myself sick for like a year. It was insane. So specific areas that we've already dialed into, that Jeremy's already gone and done the water tests, okay? He's investigated the plumbing system, so he goes in and he observes the entire thing. Certain areas specifically, when we talk about Las Trenas, if you own property there already or you have pre-construction, because these pre-construction, while it's new, there's no water filtration systems put into place,
No.
per se, okay? So Bonita Village, okay, if you own a place in Bonita Village, please reach out. We're ready for you over there. Arena del Sol, a new project that's being delivered in Las Trenas. Again, we're ready for you there. We have clients there already. We also have Luxury Hill in Las Trenas. Okay, that is specific inside Bonita Village. In Playa Bonita, guys, if you are at Playa Bonita Beach Residences, we got you covered there. We've already done our test.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, pretty much everything you've named so far,
Exactly.
we've already gone out and done the testing.
Exactly,
From
exactly.
from that source, so we know what to expect with those types
Absolutely.
of.
Exactly.
Yep.
If you own a villa in Las Nomadas, guys, you guys
Been
have
out there too.
Right,
Yep.
so Bonita Village, you guys got some of the worst water out there. Okay, he's done tests, and he can tell you about that as soon as I'm done with my little speech here. The worst water out there.
Los Tomatos.
Las Nomadas, you're right there, a close second. Your water is close to toxic.
And the reason for that is because both of those places also utilize a well system with
Yes,
the
he
municipal
explained
water.
this to me, yeah.
They combine it, so they're getting their municipal water from Napa, but they also dug a well.
So
And then they
living
combine the
in
water.
Las Trenas, you know, in Napa, sometimes, you know, God bless them, they do the best they can with the resources they have, but they run out of water during the hot months. So what people have done or developers have done, they combine both. So
Yep.
they have a
We're
well, they
starting
have
to
a
do
Napa.
backup wells to
So-
add to there, but it's terrible. It's
Tell me the
so,
test you did, the sediment, what's the test, the sediment count
So
test?
the TDH test I did over at,
TDH.
which is total dissolved solids. It's basically just all the suspended particles that you can see
Which
or
can
not
be
see.
anything.
It can be
shit.
anything. It can be
could
sand, organics, you know, anything. It's just
Decaying animals, could be anything.
any solid matter that's suspended in that water is total dissolved solids. And typically for U.S. standard, it's between 400 and 500 max that you want to see. Over at Bonita Village Luxury, it was 3,300.
That's nuts.
3,300.
That is crazy. And then you said, I think Las Tomadas was like 4,000?
And Los Matos, no, I think Los Matos was about the same, right in the 3,000 range.
That's
It was
brutal,
just,
guys.
it was that is a
But
lot
that makes
of-
you sick from brushing your teeth. But when they say don't brush your teeth with water, that's the kind of water you don't brush your teeth with.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
And that's the kind of water that destroys, you know, your, like, for example, right now I'm dealing with it at Playa Bonita. Theirs is not that great either in Playa Bonita Beach Residence. My hot water tanks are destroyed. Okay, my washer and dryer systems are destroyed.
Yep.
My faucets are destroyed. Everything is absolutely destroyed. Now, if I had the system, proper system, this wouldn't be happening.
And that's another thing that we haven't even touched on yet is the whole home systems. What are the benefits of that? And,
Absolutely.
and
That'll
one of the-
be-
you know, in addition to health, the other bad
There's a
benefits
monetary benefit
is
too.
the infrastructure of your home.
Yeah, longevity of the
The
appliances. in
the
your
pipes,
home.
the appliances, the fixtures, the
We spent a
sinks,
lot
the
of money
tubs,
on
the
that stuff.
toilets.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Another component too, Jeremy, is the fact these blue jugs aren't free.
No.
So you're also paying for these things. I probably burn through like 5 or 6 of these a week. You drink so much water here. That's an expense that's just gone, right? So
Yep. And then the cooler itself.
then the damn cooler.
I mean,
you add on
how
that.
many of those have you
Oh
replaced?
my
since
god,
you've been here?
same thing, right?
And those are what, 80, 100 bucks a pop?
Exactly,
depending on
exactly.
what
So
you
you're
get?
just running through one layer of toxicity after another, whether it's financial or health-wise. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
So that's why, guys, that's why I'm investing, and you guys know I don't have too much time. I'm really, really busy. He knows that. Everybody knows that. But this is so important to myself because just like I say, if I'm buying a place in Cap Cana, guys, that's the only way I'm going to be talking to you about buying a place in Cap Cana. If I am using or living in the product that I am telling you guys about, okay? And that's what's happening here with water filtration systems. I feel so confident. Jeremy's in the same boat. But back to the areas that are ready. We're ready for you right now, so please send a message.
Yep.
Basically, most of Las Trenas, we got you covered, okay? We got you covered over there. We now also have the Cap Cana area covered. That's where we're at today with my install. He's tested the water here at Punta Palmera. So if you're at Aqua Marina or you're at Punta Palmera, guys, basically you're going to have the same quality water.
Yep.
Cap Cana has done a pretty good job. So when you did the tests here, what was your TDI here?
The TDS here was 440.
TDS. So 440. North America
Not-
standard is probably around 350.
It's right around the standard of North America, but it's still 440 parts per million of sediment that's in the water.
Exactly.
But the main factor in the water here is the bacteria.
That's key.
We still have the bacteria problem.
Exactly. So he did the test area, and he got that number of the TDS. Am I saying that right?
Yep.
TDS. So the TDS like around that 450. But the bacteria, as soon as he did the bacteria test, it's a 24-hour test. Within I think it was like
I think
6
it was
hours, the
6
water was
hours,
bright
it
green.
was already turning to
That green,
yeah.
right? Oh, this right here. I brought it right here. So this
That used to be a yellow, bright yellow.
bright yellow, and look at that turn. That happened fast. So the bacteria content is very strong there. There's no treatment really happening. I don't know if they say there's chlorine in the water or anything, but there's bacteria.
Well, part of our testing is chlorine. It tests the.
Did you see any in there?
And there's zero.
Oh, there was zero. Okay.
There's zero.
So back to if you have aquamarina, if you're put to Palmyra, we've already done this, so we know how to do any floor you're on. We can get that done. The under sink reverse osmosis system, very easy for any of you. If you want to do a full home system, there's a little bit of consulting and analysis required that we can run you through, and we can help you out with that one too. So basically, anywhere in Cap Cana, we're able to assist you out with that one.
And let's not forget about the second part of all this is the maintaining of the equipment.
Exactly.
Because when we put a system in, we will get you signed up for a maintenance program.
Yeah, that's key, guys. That's key.
We've got a service app that we use. We'll get your name in there, what we've
Absolutely.
installed, what filters are required to replace it, and then we'll put you on a scheduled maintenance program, so you don't
Exactly.
even have to worry about it.
Got it.
We will notify you a couple days before, hey, you're up for a filter replacement. We'll come out. It's inexpensive. Our guys will change the filters out, and you'll be good to go for another 6 months.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's key. And if I would have had that option back in the day, I probably wouldn't have been drinking that water that I was
Right.
drinking out of my taps for that long, because, you know, you get busy. You get busy with life,
It's with
you know, focus
everything.
on
It only works as far as you take care of it with
and,
anything.
and it's a little bit different than like a lawnmower. It's like, it's water you're drinking. That's
Yeah.
the source of your life, and that, you know, it's important. So, on that note, guys, this gives you a pretty good understanding of Jeremy. You understand his background. This guy's the man, you know. He's almost a living legend back in Michigan. Like, he started his firehouse. You were telling me yesterday over a beer. This guy, like, really went deep over a couple beers, and he was explaining, like, he started, like, his whole fire station as employee number one, and took it to, how many, you said there's like 200 employees there now or something?
No, we have 50 employees,
50 employees,
roughly, and
Firefighters,
but they're full time now.
They're full time, fire and EMS.
Fire and paramedic.
Yeah, that's huge. So you've got like a top tier, high quality individual that is running this company with me that understands, you know, being precise on very important things, and we take this water part very
Absolutely.
serious. And as you guys know, with myself, I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm passionate about my real estate, passionate about love where I live, and now I'm equally, if not more, passionate about what I drink. So the love what you drink thing is just a natural extension of what we do. All of you guys are buying properties here, so it just makes sense that you also, you know, focus on your health and well-being as far as the water you're drinking. That's going to be the most important decision you make. So if you're buying something pre-construction, reach out, guys. We're already dialed in with all the developers, as you know, so we can get installations done for you even before you take possession. Okay, if you bought from us or bought from anybody out there, you own a home here, guys, reach out and let's get that water safe. Let's get you drink from that. Let's get you not drinking from blue jugs anymore, and, you know, let's love where we live, and also love
what
where
we
we
drink.
drink.
Yeah.
Love what we drink, yes. All right, guys, so any questions, reach out right away. We're ready for you guys. We have all our supplies. All of our systems are already shipped and delivered, so you're not waiting 4 to 6 weeks, 8 weeks for something to come in. You're not sitting waiting at customs. All of it is here. It's ready to rock, and Jeremy is ready to get the team engaged and get this done for you.
Absolutely.
Any last comments?
I think we've said it all.
Okay, guys. So that's it for this one. Thanks for joining us. Please keep your eyes and ears open we're going to try to explain some of these systems to you. Jeremy's going to be doing, we're going to get our Instagram page going full steam ahead. He's going to be doing when he's doing random tests and
Our
stuff like
website.
that.
We've got
Our
our
website.
website.
We've got our website as well. Water filtration in the DR. Okay, you can visit that for some info as well. But he'll be doing some tests, putting some stuff on Instagram and different areas that he goes, different aspects to kind of keep you informed and educated. But you always have direct access, direct, immediate, 24/7, 365 access to myself, as you know. Now you also have an expert in Jeremy, ready to rock. All right, guys, love what you drink and love where you live. Talk to you soon. Bye.